Ah, we meet again, DOSBox. What old classic game for you to have for me to play this time? Oh, oh really? Okay then, I'm down for some of that. That's right, everyone. It's happening. Full Let's Play of Mother Flippin' Magic Carpet. Ah, hello everyone, this Endemic Wins 77 here, back and better than ever, ready for some more action, bringing you with my latest Let's Play. This time we're going to be checking out another old classic game that I very much grew up fondly with my childhood. This is a game called Magic Carpet, and it's pretty much as the title says. You're a flying guy, or a wizard guy flying around on a magic carpet, destroying shit, kicking ass, taking names, and collecting this very magical energy called mana that they call in the game. Yes, wizard mana. We're a wizard going around collecting mana. Go figure. So yeah, this is a game that's by no means popular. It's actually kind of rather underrated in my opinion. But yeah, this is a game that holds a very special place in my heart because I grew up playing it. I played this so much as a kid, and if I wasn't, every time I get home from school, if I wasn't playing Doom, I was playing this on the computer. And boy, this is definitely a pretty big game. Definitely probably going to be one of my longest Let's Play games. And this is also a game made by Bullfrog, in which previous videos I've actually mentioned Bullfrog as well, and as another games, including this game. Cue the flashback! Gaming development company that is no longer around, but they brought such old good classic DOS games that are so unique and innovative, such as this game, Magic Carpet, Dungeon Keeper, Syndicate, and Theme Hospital. So yes, I mentioned Magic Carpet, and as well as Dungeon Keeper, as well as all the other cool Bullfrog games. But really, they made a bunch of other nice games, but that was just a handful of them, really. And yes, Dungeon Keeper. I have very special plans to make for that game, as that is a very, very fun game. Probably one of the best that Bullfrog ever made during their time that they were around. So yes, I have a very special plan for that one in the future, very soon. Yes, I have planned for you. But for now, that's for another time. But for now, we're gonna go and get on with Magic Carpet here. And essentially this screen here is like a configuration setup thing where you can choose between the hardware that you want to use. We obviously want to use our keyboard and mouse here. All the sound and everything is set in place, so to move on from the screen and start up the game, you just simply click on this blue bookmark here. So without further ado, let's get into it and get introduced to the main plot and story of the game. Here we go. Oh, I'm so excited for this, guys. I really am. This is going to be real fun. Yes, Bullfrog Productions. It's so sad they're not around anymore, but yes, it's them. They're at it again with this brilliant game. Alright, I'll be quiet now.
In its infancy, the whole of creation glimmered against the dark void. But one place in the universe outshone all others, for it glowed brilliantly with a magical energy known as mana. The world was eventually discovered, and the first pioneers settled the land. The people dedicated their lives to separating mana from nature in order to command its powers. However, after centuries of fruitfulness, the land was rendered barren by man's insatiable greed. Fierce competition between wizards degenerated into war, great creatures being summoned to do their creator's bidding in the ensuing struggle. But the life breathed into these creatures was charged with evil, and the beasts turned against their masters. Fearing for his life, a foolish wizard and his young apprentice prepared a spell, hoping to scatter his opponents to oblivion. But the power of the spell was greater than even he could have foreseen. The whole world shook with a mighty earthquake, in which the wizard himself perished.
Oh no.
leaving his apprentice with the arduous task of restoring the world to equilibrium. Do not be disheartened. You must return the realm to nature's order.
Alright, nice, nice. Looks like a damn robot. Oh, look at that. Looks just like Aladdin. Oh boy, we got a dragon terrorizing the town, people. Time to put our wizard skills and magic to the test. Time to slay the magic dragon. I missed. Oh, we're gonna go over here. Oh god, watch out for his fire. I know what I'll do. I'll place a volcano here. That'll stop him. Actually, no, that volcano's very, very powerful. But still, there we go. Oh. He's down just like that, huh? Okay. Yeah. I like how he's just all sad, too, going back home. Like he was reluctant to kill the dragon that was terrorizing his own town. Oh, yeah. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Magic carpet. Oh, yeah. So yeah, here we are in the main menu sort of thing going on. So essentially this, it's not very clear on what the menu is here. It's essentially new game, make your name, quit game, load game, and save game. And that's all you got here. And like I said before, this isn't a very popular game, so there's actually not very many YouTubers that done Let's Plays of this. But me, however, I've beaten this game a couple of times. I know what I'm getting myself into. I know that there are a few levels that are going to be very, very fucking difficult for me to do. In fact, there's actually a couple of levels that are so difficult that I'm just really not looking forward to doing them. But for the betterment of showing you all you guys this whole game, I'm going to play this whole game in its entirety, plus the expansion pack. And I believe if I do that, I'll be the first YouTuber to do that. Since this game wasn't really popular and, you know, not very many YouTubers done reviews of this game. So yeah, I hope to achieve this, and it's gonna be one heck of a wild ride, I can say that for much, and I'm still excited. I'm very excited to show this off finally, and to be able to show all you viewers at home what a really lovely, fun game this is, really. Despite all of its flaws, yes, I admit, this game does have a lot of flaws, but it is very fun. So yes, anyways, before we start here, let's enter our name, which will assign to your wizard name there. There's a portrait of your character. We'll name ourselves, Kaz. Yeah, Kaz. There we go. Just enter it twice, just in case. And, yeah. So, before we begin, we just want to click on this skull, or this globe, enter a new game, and become immersed into the world of magic carpets. So, without further ado, let's just go. Start a new game. Oh my god, that's fast. Alright, so here we are in magic carpets, and so yes, we're a wizard flying around on a magic carpet, as you'd imagine, and we're going around collecting these spells. This is the first spell that we've collected. This is called the Possession. This is the spell that allows us to collect this game. And so first, let's test it out by claiming all these little town houses here that all these people are wandering about. And you can, so how these spells work, you can assign them to a left and right clicker, as you can use 2 spells at a time in any combination. You can also, in case you haven't noticed, there's a number on that spell. That's because you can also quick assign spells with your numbers to, you know, quick select. Yeah, quick select spells with your numbers. And there's also another, a bunch of cool, like, graphical options you can make, such as changing the sky and the reflections. Let's do that, as they're probably one of the 2 better ones to use. So yeah, if you fiddle around with the F keys up here, you can change a lot of this graphical stuff, including making the game into 3D. Oh. Yes, but we're not going to do that for obvious reasons. We're just going to play the game normally as intended on our delicious SVGA mode. That is the high resolution mode that you're seeing right now, that I'm playing on. You did see a split second of gameplay of that VGA, but as you all saw, that made the game run way too fucking fast. And yeah, if you try to run this on DOSBox, which we are doing right now, but in VGA mode, it just makes the game run really too fast, especially if you're on a new system too. Everything, even with this setting on SVGA, I had to preemptively slow down the program before I even started recording. So yeah, enough of that. We move on and collect our next spell here, which is quite possibly the most important spell of the game here. This is called the castle spell, or build castle rather. This allows you to build your castle, and as the castle you have here is very important and has very many functions, as not only as like a safe haven for you, but also has this balloon on top of it. And that is essentially what goes around and gathers this mana for people. So this right here, these orbs, this is the mana in its raw form. We go up to it and we claim it with our possession spell, and it will turn our color, which is white. And so we collect the mana and we become powerful, and with the extra mana we have, we can then upgrade our castle. And that's really neat, you know, you can upgrade your castle, and your castle will get bigger and bigger, and will actually allow you to use more powerful spells, and makes you more powerful. Makes sense. And as you level up your castle, you'll actually also give you archer guards that will actually guard your castle too, which is really neat. Really fun and innovative, so yeah. Yeah, one of the downsides of this is that this game really doesn't have any clear indication, or really doesn't really give you any clear directions as to what you're supposed to do from right the get-go. As you just saw, I'm having to explain to you guys everything that's going around, and this is quite possibly because of the rather lack of data there is on YouTube with this game. This was quite possibly going to be the most informative Let's Play of Magic Carpet that I'm going to post on YouTube yet, that there is going to be on YouTube yet. Or at least I'm going to try to be the best, to the best I can, to the best of my abilities, to be as informative as possible. So yeah, there are these birds here which are harassing my castle, but it's okay. We go over here and pick up this spell that's guarded in this ring, and this is our first attack spell. This is our basic fireball spell. You know, it shoots out a fireball, you know, nothing too special. But we spam it. We can spam it though with our mouse clicker, as you can see. And it doesn't really help all that much, but it does help out a little bit, I guess. It is your most basic attack spell, and it is therefore readily available to you almost all the time. It's one of those spells that's almost there for you all the time too, as it is one of the most essential spells as well. Because without this spell, you don't even have a means to attack the enemies. This is your basic attack spell, your basic pew shoot 'em up spell. So yeah, this game is like a sort of mix between a first-person shooter, speaking of which, but also kind of mixed in with like a sort of strategy elements in this, because you're going around picking up mana, and then you build a castle, level up your castle, and as you guys heard in the storyline, we will also be facing enemy wizards in the later levels, and in those levels things definitely get a lot more hairy, and you know, you'll be fighting. It becomes sort of like a competition between you and the wizards, just like in the game's opening cutscene, which is pretty neat. You know, it's like it becomes like a competition, and like who can build the better castle and who can get the most mana and stuff. So, anyways, it appears we have actually finished this level. There is a message on there in the top left that says "World Restored." Press the spacebar to continue. And we will do that after I'm done explaining a couple more stuff here that's pretty essential. As you all saw, I've upgraded my castle again, and it has now gotten the walls with the archers on, and these archers will now protect me and my castle as well as my stuff from any other wizards that come about. They do not protect you against other creatures, unfortunately, which is pretty sad, but oh well. They're just there, mostly there for decoration, really, because even if they do hit the enemy wizards, they don't even do that much damage with their little ass arrows, so yeah. They're more there for luxury anyways, so yeah. So anyways, before I move on to the next level, there's the bar that you see on the top of the screen here. The right showing my spells, and then the center right showing my stats of my actual player wizard character. You see on the top bar is his health, and the bottom bar is the mana. And you'll notice that there's two flashing lights, or like two blinking lights on the top and bottom part of the mana bar. that shows the amount of mana, or represents the amount of mana that is needed or required to finish the level. And as you can see, our bar is already past that point, giving us that message, world restored, press the spacebar to continue. Which is, yeah, basically saying you won the level and you can move on now. So yeah. Anyways, moving on, we have up to the left side of the screen, we have the balloons, or the stats of our hot air balloon. The top bar is its health, as well as the bottom bar being its mana that it picks up and picks up all over the place. And now, finally, we have to the left of the screen, you see the castle. The number over the castle represents the level of the castle, which is level 3, which is currently at. The top bar is health, and the bottom part, the amount of mana that it can store. Now, it is important to always be sure to upgrade your castle as soon as you can, because there is a maximum limit on the amount of mana that your castle can hold. And if it surpasses that limit, then it will actually fling the surplus mana outside your castle and make it vulnerable for other wizards to steal. So yeah, you don't want that. You want to upgrade your castle as soon as you possibly can. You might have also noticed that our castle is... well, actually, yeah, our castle is level 3, but you're probably wondering what's the maximum level. The maximum level of castle is 7. And you're probably wondering, yeah, if it can have more hot air balloons. The amount of hot air balloons you get increases with the amount of leveling up you do with your castle. So yeah, I believe when you level it up one more time to level 4, you get an extra hot air balloon. So yeah, I do apologize for this video being rather long and not showing me that much. It is because the game does thankfully ease you off and give you a really easy learning curve. It start you off with these really simple levels, as well as me having to explain all this stuff. So again, I apologize for this video being long. It is because of me having to explain the basics of the stuff and how this game works. Otherwise, a lot of you are probably going to be confused with all that. This is one of those games that it is very confusing at first glance. I do still barely remember my childhood memories and being confused, but also being very amazed at this game, because this came out in '94, which is also kind of pretty early, the same year that Doom 2 came out, and the graphics for this time were huge, were phenomenal, were just nothing short of outstanding. They just exceeded all expectations. Bullfrog, you know, they were always on top of their game, but always in a very innovative way, though. They were very innovative, very unique, very creative in how they made these games. And you'll see why. You'll see why in a lot of these later levels you can do all sorts of crazy things. You can actually deform the terrain. There's spells like an earthquake spell that can cut through the terrain like butter and cause massive... And, you know, in '94, that was a huge thing back then. That was very... Even to this day, that is considered rather impressive. And, you know, it is truly one of the cool things that this game has going for it. The really unique innovation. So yeah, that's about all this level has to offer. There's no more spells going on, so without further ado, let's move on and hit the spacebar to move on to the next level. So yeah, there's this cutscene here where we see the wizards, and he's about to go on his little, I guess, pray or something to his magical lamp. I don't know. But yeah, you see all the worlds that we're trying to restore there.
Congratulations, Master Wizard. The world is restored to equilibrium.
Ah, we restored the world, yes. One down, hundreds more to go. Yeah, this game is, as I said before, very long. It is also very difficult, too. Some levels are very hard, and there are a lot of levels in this game. Let me tell you, there are definitely a lot of levels. So yeah, we beat that, and even though we're taken back to the main menu here, we are now given this cool-looking hourglass, which is essentially continue where you last left off in the game. So we click on that, and it brings us to the next level. Alright, so here we are in level 2, and we start in front of a little hillside here with a magical mirror on it. There's also this group of monsters here, these black dots. All these black dots represent creatures and monsters that are flying about on the map. We'll try to avoid them because they do look rather large for now. But for now, we're going to go through here, and this magic mirror essentially teleports you to another area on the map. In this case, it teleports us to all these weird worm dudes that we can kill. Ah, worms, die, foul beasts. Yeah, so as the game said, there's all these wizard wars that were happening. There are all these wizards. The competition between them for how much mana they can pick up got really fierce. That it became war, and they started summoning all these creatures that you see before us, and of course these creatures are, you know, not very keen on obeying their masters, so they all turn on their wizards, and yeah, that's why you see them going about. And us that is the one white good wizards trying to go around and restore equilibrium to all these worlds. So yeah, we're the ones to put an end to it all, so to speak, by restoring all these worlds. So yeah, we did pick up a new spell there, as in case you might not have noticed. This spell is just a speedy spell, and it essentially just speeds you up, gives you a little turbo boost. It's good. It's good for making quick getaways and stuff. You'll see that I'll often use the spell, actually. It's actually rather essential, but pretty basic. But yeah, they really ease you off in these levels. They give you a really gradual learning curve, and they really spread out a lot of these spells that they give you out on as many levels as possible. Because a lot of these levels, you'll find out as you play through the game that there's only one new spell in a lot of these levels until you made it until like 20 or so levels in, and by that point you're like almost halfway through the game where you finally collect all the spells. So yeah, I think they really hand out the spells to you really slowly. But I guess that's okay, it makes it all that more satisfying to finally acquire them. So there's that. So we want to go around here, claim all these villages. And when you claim villages with your possession spell, it makes the people in there work for you, and then it actually provides a little bit of mana for you. This could be pretty useful, so useful in fact that it can prevent other wizards from just going around collecting loose mana, including your mana. It sort of adds like a what do you call it? Like a safety deposit on your mana, because each one of those buildings do store a small amount of mana for you, and whoever wizard that claims it gets the mana. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a really neat touch. And those villagers that work in the fields and stuff, they're actually really cool and unique on their own. And so they're actually like a whole actual thing in the background. They're like a whole society of people working together. You'll see that they'll actually make new buildings and spawn new civilians, and actually spawn more human archers, like these guys here, these human archers. They do show up as black dots on the map because they actually do give you a bit of mana when you kill them, but I usually don't go after them because these guys they're pretty cool with you. They won't attack you unless you attack them first, so. And the amount of mana that they offer you isn't all that great unless there's a huge need for them. But these group of archers isn't all that big, so I'll leave them alone. They ain't bothering anybody. But yeah, that is a really cool aspect of this game, is that they have this whole feature of these human civilians working around, building all these buildings, like a whole damn city that they make, right in the background of your game that you have very little to no control over. It's a very, very unique, innovative thing. Bullfrog, they just always did the unexpected. You never knew what they did next, but they were unpredictable, but in a good way. These guys at Bullfrog. It was such a shame that they went out of business after fucking EA bought them out in 1995. Yeah, it was a real shame. Oh well. As a lot of the old good game companies, they did fall victim eventually when even after EA bought them in 1995, they were still making good games for a little while. But there's this guy named Peter Molyneux who was executive producer of this game, or one of the executive producers, who was sort of like the glue that held Bullfrog together. And it wasn't until he left in the game developer team that really was the nail in the coffin for Bullfrog. EA just absolutely took them over and devoured them. It's pretty sad, but yeah. Which would probably explain why games such as Dungeon Keeper were really good, even though they were made after this one. And oh my god, the archers are shooting at me now. But yeah, it's just, even to this day, there's those good old games that Bullfrog made. It's always good to come back to. it never fails to make someone have fun. It's good to have. It's good fun to have in this game. Real good fun. It's just a shame that not very many people know about this game. So yeah, we killed the archers, and we can go back now and expand our castle. And yep, I believe that gives us an extra hot air balloon there to go us and help it out with the mana gathering. So our castle, it absorbs all mana that comes in contact with. So since it does that, if we were to claim any mana inside our castle, it gets converted and stored into our castle automatically. And that's pretty cool. It saves you the trouble of having to scoop up mana that's even inside your castle. As long as your castle isn't full, it can immediately store any mana that just so happens to fall into your castle, which is really neat and very handy. Alright, so we're almost have enough mana to be able to get through this level. Almost there. We just have to kill a few more baddies here. A few more birds are flying about. These birds. Now these birds, they're kind of annoying, but they are very weak. Fireballs as well. But I say they're annoying because they're just really fast. They're so damn fast to even shoot, and it's just so annoying to hit. Like that, especially when you're using a basic ass fireball spell like this. But no matter, we've completed the level now, let's move on. Alright, so I'm just gonna skip through this cutscene now from now on, because it's literally the exact same cutscene they show. Like, look, it's the exact same cutscene. Even the world that's being displayed, that's being showed here, that's just been restored, is the fucking same as the first world. So there's really no point in showing this cutscene over and over again. But there is a purpose in showing this over again, the end stats. Now, these end stats are not too important, except for the spells found. That's the one you always got to look out for, because you always want to make sure you find all the spells in every level that you have. Make sure that spells found is 100%. If you miss a spell in a level, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. The game does often give you a second chance to collect the spell in the next level or something. They usually just give the wizard it, and when you kill the wizard, you get his spell or something like that, or they just make it very easy for you to get all together. So yeah, that was the basics of Magic Carpet, and I think that was a very good first episode here, and I think I'm going to end it here. So before we do that, let's save it up, add a save file. We're going to name this one, what should we name it? Let's name it LP. LP. Yes, very nice. And we're going to save again here, just in case. I put it like a backup save. We're going to call this one LP Backup. Same as before. Excellent. Alright, so that's been the first episode of my new Let's Plays, guys, Magic Carpets. And that's going to be about it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I upload videos almost every day, so be sure to hit that bell and get those juicy notifications. And be sure to stay tuned for some more epic Magic Carpet gaming content. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you all then. So until then, take care everybody. Goodbye.